All right, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Reeves here with you. It is, what is today? Gosh, I'm so busy. I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday. That's what it is. Wednesday, June 29th, 2016. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And wherever you're listening at, all over the globe, we hope that you're doing all right today, tonight, whatever time of day it is when you're listening. And thank you very much for tuning into the show once again. I've got so much stuff here. God, I've got news and stories I want to cover, important stuff. I've got stuff that's been stacking up for fucking weeks because I've just been so busy working on the film. So I wanted to get up here and do some updates and try to burn through some of this news. I've just had stuff piling up, but there's important stories. There's so many important stories, things that come out, and when I'm busy working on the films, I just don't have time to do updates and shows as often. But I try to keep stuff saved and tabs open and news archived and stuff. But God, I got stuff that's literally been piling up for so long. I need to get through some of it. So we're going to try to get through some of that. The problem is, this has always been the case, I guess, since the very beginning of when I started doing the show. The problem is that, one article, one story can lead to a whole infinite amount of topic and conversation and everything else. It leads me down more rabbit holes and more trails. And I've got, wouldn't believe how much info I've got swimming around in this brain. It's it's maddening. It really is. I don't know how to keep track of it all. But I am again. I'm still just working. I've put in so much work into this film, but this month has been more than any. And I'm still not done. My goal was to have it done by 4th of July week. And actually, as I said in the last show, my goal is to have it done by my birthday, which is the 6th. I'm sticking to that, but I may be a day or two off of my goal, which isn't too bad. I can live with that. If I'm a day or two or three off of what my goal was, hey, that's pretty good. But regardless of all of that, you will be seeing this film sometime in the next week or so. So it's getting real close. I had to take a day off from this. Was it yesterday, day before? I can't remember. The days all run together. I had another project that needed my attention that came up that I had to work on all day. So I lost a day or so there. And now I've been working so hard, and you know how it is. Burn the candle at both ends, not not eating right, that kind of thing. It takes its toll after a while, and it's starting to take its toll on me, I could tell. I'm really feeling run down, and my sleep schedule's jacked up. I'm going to sleep at strange times and waking up at strange times, and it's because I get in the zone of working, and I tend to tune things like the time of day and day of the week and that kind of stuff out. As long as I know what month it is and what time the month, beginning, middle, or end it is, and what year it is, I'm cool. But I've literally been, because once you get a deadline and you get a goal set, at least for me anyway, I like to stick to that. I haven't been able to have hard deadlines on this film up to this point because I've talked about it before. There's just been so much. It's so much shit that's gone on that never before in my life, in any of the other films I've ever made, has more shit went down during the process of making a film than this one. It's just, it's been insane. But anyway, I'm hoping that I'll be able to. I'm going to kind of take it easy today. That was my other point. And then get back at it tomorrow, because I don't want to lie. I'm starting to feel like I'm going to get sick. I'm starting to not feel well because I've just been burning the candle at both ends for so long now, without any breaks. 7 days a week, 14, 15, 16 hours a day. I'm getting burnt. I'm really, well, I shouldn't say getting burnt. I am burnt. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm just going to be point blank. I'm fucking burnt. I'm burnt. I'm burnt the fuck out. I just want like that's all I really want for my birthday is just like a day to just be able to chill out, hang out with my friends and, relax and my family and just chill and have a day not to have to work on any of this stuff, but it's tough. Or get very few days like that. And we've got our operating costs of the month are coming up due on Friday, and because it's a holiday weekend and stuff, sometimes we have a day or two. What do you call it? Grace period and stuff like that, but we don't have that this time because it's a holiday weekend. So we've got to reach 100% of our operating cost goal by this Friday. You can find the banner for that up at my website where this broadcast originates from, theglobalreality.com. It's on the right-hand side of the page at the top. We need to reach 100% of that goal by the end of the day on Friday, no later. 100% because we've got to cover our operating costs and keep everything alive so I can get this film out finally within a couple of days after that, first of the month. Like I said, my birthday is the 6th, so I'm shooting for that, but, there may be a day or two, it may take a day or two longer, so maybe more like the 7th or 8th, but again, regardless of all that, this film is close, and it is going to be coming finally in the next week or so. But all that's going to be for naught if we don't get these operating costs covered. So we need everybody out there, not just one or two or three people. We need everybody out there to contribute something. And, of course, if you contribute $100, you'll get a 1-year subscription to the HD archives. And you'll also get, this is the last chance, the last time we're going to be able to do this. We can only do this because, well, frankly, that's going to be the part of the film I'm going to be working on very shortly. So everybody who contributes a minimum of $100 will get their name or a name you choose. You want to choose a fake name or something else, you don't want your real name in there. I understand that. Just let me know. But you're going to get your name in the special thanks credits of the film, The Spellcasters. So contribute $100 between now, but you got to do it by Friday. This deal only applies, don't say, oh, I heard the show late and I didn't get to do it. Well, that's all well and fine, but you got to have this by Friday. And again, $100 contribution will get you a 1-year archive membership and get your name in the film. Oh, and you'll also get, on top of your name in the film and the 1-year archive membership, you also get a download of the film for free as well as when it comes out. So you'll be able to get all that handled with just one donation. The largest contributor, and you're going to have to contribute at least a minimum of $500 or more to even be in the running for this because it's worth $750. This month's massive prize pack that the highest contributor by Friday will get celebrates my favorite mineral color, blue. And just, a little thing in honor of my coming birthday, and that's my favorite mineral color. I love the color blue, and especially minerals. So in honor of that, we're giving away a massive prize pack this month featuring minerals with the color blue, and this is one of the most incredible prize packs we've given away yet, and we've given away some really badass ones, but this one is got some seriously rare stuff in it. If you're into rare minerals or want to get into collecting minerals and stuff, and they're a great investment. They're not something that's, an immediate turnaround investment. But it's absolutely a buyer's market right now. If you're in the neighborhood or if you're in the in interest of a long-term investment, this is a great thing to do. So our highest contributor, let's say somebody comes in and just finishes off our the rest of our gold, whatever it is right now that we have left, boom, they're going to be the instant winner of this. But at the end of the day on Friday, whoever's contributed the most amount will get this prize pack. And this is what you're going to get. This literally is the biggest Lawnite slab available anywhere. You can look online, you can look anywhere. Nobody anywhere has a Lawnite slab available as big as this one. And Lawnite, of course, is a rare mineral found only in Llano, Texas. I talk about it in my documentary film, The Lost Secrets of Ancient America, Volume 1, which details my research and work, over 10 years research and work into the ancient Rockwall in Rockwall, Texas. Mounds, ancient civilizations, evidence of the Anunnaki in the United States. If you've never seen those films and you've never watched them, you got to go to my download shop right now and get yourself downloads of Volume 1 and Volume 2. Both are great. In Volume 3, I'm hoping to get finished by the end of this year as well. But watch Lost Secrets of Ancient America Volume 1 to learn more about this Lawnite that we're giving away here. So we've got a massive Lawnite slab we're giving away. You'll also get a mounted Colorado Amazonite specimen, and the picture just doesn't do it justice. You can see pictures of all this up at the Global Reality Radio Network Facebook page, and also as well as at the Josh Reeves filmmaker, radio host, explorer page as well. You want to get a visual here. So you get the Lawnite slab, the mounted Colorado Amazonite specimen, which is just gorgeous. A lot of these are Afghani minerals, and some of them are very rare. We've got a piece of blue aquamarine in there, ultra rare Afghanite. Afghanite is, they've kind of changed the name. It's a new mineral. It's only been discovered in the past 5 or 6 years. Super duper rare, hard to find. You get a piece of that, a piece of smithsonite, a piece of lapis lazuli or lazuli. People call it different things. Lapis is just what I call it for short. Favorite mineral of the Egyptians and the Sumerians, by the way. An amazing blue tourmaline, tourmaline being the rarest, blue being the rarest of the tourmalines. An amazing mounted, it has a little square case, little amazing blue tourmaline from Afghanistan mounted specimen. Blue apatite, little twin set of blue apatites in a container. And an amazing pendant set in 925 sterling silver with Indian sapphire and emerald. So how many items is that total? 9? Yeah, so 9 pieces total. Estimated value, $750 for all 9 pieces. The highest contributor by Friday to our operating cost goal will get this prize package. And you can use the Go Get Funding banner thing there if you want. And that I think only lets you use PayPal. If you'd like to use a credit card or a debit card or a prepaid card or something like that, just use the donate button at my website, which is on the right-hand side of the page underneath where that Go Get Funding banner is for our operating costs. You can use the donate button there for that and just make a note that that's for the operating cost goal. That way, if you're getting in the running for that, I can know that that's what that's for. But this is just an amazing package, and whoever gets this is definitely going to be very, very lucky. I can tell you that. These are, man, a lot of these, some of these that's the thing about all the different kinds of minerals and stuff I have and stuff that I sell. A lot of these, I mean, you can't just walk into, even forget just walking into a gem and mineral shop and finding some of these. Not going to happen. But even gem and mineral shows where you've got dealers from all over the country, every time I go to a show, it's almost lame. Almost all the booths are almost lame at every one I go to because none of them have the stuff I have. It's like, dude, I can see better shit sitting on the fucking table at my house. You know? I mean, it literally is that way. So we've got some stuff that you're never even going to see out there for sale in the gem and mineral markets very much because a lot of people, there's so much stuff. A lot of people, don't even know some of this stuff exists, especially stuff like this Lawnite and the Afghanite and stuff. It's so rare. It's not even on a lot of people's radars yet. That's what I mean in terms of long-term investment, Because the thing about these minerals, there's a finite amount of them. There's not like there's, more can just be summoned or drummed up. These things have a finite amount, so they only continue to raise in value through the years and never lower. That's one thing about minerals. They never go down in value. But this is an amazing pack. I've had people email and say, oh, I don't have a credit card, I don't have a debit card, I don't have a bank account, I don't have PayPal, this, that, and the other. Well, the way around that, the way that you get around that is you can go get a prepaid, like a prepaid Visa gift card or one of those prepaid debit cards. You can get them at, grocery stores, gas stations, pharmacies, pretty much anywhere now. And they don't cost a lot. You can load up any amount you want in those. And all you have to do is send me the card information, and then I can process that. And so you can contribute that way if you don't want to use the other method. So please keep that in mind. And I've had people email me asking. So that's how you do that. And also, if we reach 100% of our goal, and you still want, and you're, let's say you were about to contribute, and so we've already reached our goal, please still contribute. Because what always happens is we always only ask for the minimum that we need every month to cover our operating costs. That's all we ever, we don't ask for 1 cent more than we need to cover our operating costs. And ultimately what ends up happening is we'll get that minimum that we need, and then we're at zero again. And, as it stands right now, because I've been off air all month and gotten very little support, we're sitting on zero right now as it is. So we don't have anything in there. We got $100 last week to cover the internet, so we've been able to stay online. But thankfully, to our listener who contributed to that. But as it stands right now, even if we reach our minimum goal to cover the operating costs, we're going to be at zero after that. So we need everybody to contribute whatever amount you can by Friday. So please get to that and help us out, because we are way too close now to let anything silly like this, what essentially amounts to a few $100, keep us from what's about to happen when I unleash this film. Jesus. Oh, damn. I hope y'all are ready. I hope I'm ready. Fuck. It's going to get interesting. Oh, and I'll let you know about this other project I was working on. I don't really want to say anything about it right now because it's not my project. If it was my thing, I'd tell you about it. But when somebody asks me to do something on their project, I kind of like not to spill the beans about it until they tell me I can, But I mentioned the Donnie Arcade track that I was on, the Emerald Tablets track the other day. And I'm actually going to be featured on another new track that's coming. This time it's actually an original piece that I did at the beginning and at the end of this track. I can't really tell you much more other than that. I don't want to tell the title or anything else, other information, but they've asked me to do more with them. It's fantastic. I'm really honored, and kind of stuff's right in my wheelhouse. You give me a topic or something, tell me to riff on it. Psst, I got it. Set it to music. It's even better because I'm a drummer, so I can hit a mark. That's for sure. I can hit a mark. I can hit a time. So just tell me what you need, how long you need it. Psst, I got it. No problem. Anyway, but this new thing that I've done, the new track that I've done, it's amazing. I can't wait for you guys to hear this track. The last one was good. I liked it. It was a good track, and they featured that a clip taken from the old Emerald Tablets reading, which I think is 6 years old or something at this point. I did it in 2010. So it's really cool to get to do an original piece at the beginning of that. And I love this track. I can't wait to for you guys to hear. In fact, I like it so much that I'm actually going to feature it in the Spellcasters. That's how good it is. And some of the topics, some of the stuff mentioned in the lyrics ties in right with the film. And I just couldn't believe how synchronous that was, really, how serendipitous it was for me to get asked to do this thing on this track, and then I'm doing this thing on the track, and I'm listening to the track, and I realize, wait a minute, this is exactly what I need for the film. This would be perfect. And, of course, they said that would not be a problem. They'd love to have me use it in the film, so that's definitely going to be cool. All right, let's see here. So much crazy news. Oh, my God. Jehovah's Witnesses destroy ancient indigenous temple in Mexico. Oh, goddamn, get a rope. The criminals behind the destruction of a sacred millennia-old temple claimed they were serving God. Oh, they always do, don't they? Gotta love those Abrahamic religions. Members of the Christian sect Jehovah's Witness reportedly destroyed a sacred indigenous archaeological heritage site in central eastern Mexico in an act of apparent religious intolerance, claiming the traditional rituals practiced at the ancient ceremonial place were not Christian. The attack on the more than 7,000-year-old Macanica sanctuary in the central Mexican state of Hidalgo destroyed at least a dozen stone structures used as altars in the spirituality of the Otomí indigenous people. Jehovah's Witnesses have fessed up to being behind the destruction of the stone altars, but have not taken responsibility for a hole that has reportedly been drilled in the base of a pyramid at the San Bartolo Tutopec archaeological site. Members of the Christian sect say the destruction was motivated by a belief that the ancient indigenous religion involved devil worship. The perpetrators claim that they were following the word of God by destroying the temple site. Well, let's be real about these fucking Jehovah's Witnesses, and let's be real about where the fuck they came from and their origins. I think it's hilarious that you've had so many. Well, there's been, there's God. See, that's the problem anymore, isn't it? You got to be careful about what you say these days. You don't want to say the wrong thing and offend people. Oh, man, it's tough, as I don't like to censor myself, but I do realize sometimes that I have to watch the way I frame certain things. Let me put it to you like this. For instance, Michael Jackson's family, Jehovah's Witnesses, right? What a bunch of whack jobs they were. Jesus fucking Christ. You saw how that motherfucker turned out. You see the most recent stuff about what they found in his fucking, for years it was a big joke. Oh, he's got a kiddie porn dungeon. He's got a kiddie porn dungeon. People are like, oh, no, I don't believe that. No, he really did have a kiddie porn dungeon in his bedroom. Prince as well. Unlike Michael Jackson, though, Prince wasn't raised Jehovah's Witness, so. But they are, they're descendants of the Levite tribe. Charles Taze Russell, the founder of the Watchtower Society, the Jehovah's Witnesses, was part of the the elite bloodlines. He goes back, traces his lineage and heritage back directly to the Levite tribes. When you see Jay-Z given that vagina symbol or whatever it is, that symbol that he holds up, that's what that is. A lot of people argue, and a lot of people have never really figured out what that, they always say, oh, that's an Illuminati symbol or something. Well, I guess you could say that. I wouldn't technically say it's an Illuminati symbol, but you have a lot of groups that are quote-unquote illuminated fraternities that don't necessarily have the name Illuminati. So do some research into the Levite tribe. These guys were, these are the Levite priesthood. And that's what that symbol is. I discovered that years ago when I saw it on a gravestone. I saw it and I was in a cemetery, and I saw saw it was on an old tomb, an old tombstone too. And I saw it and I went, holy motherfucking shit. That's the fucking Jay-Z hand symbol. I'd never seen it anywhere else. And I went and looked it up and found out that it's a symbol for the Levite tribe. And of course, people arguing saying, well, it's an Illuminati symbol or whatever. But again, Levites, even though there wasn't a group when the Levite tribe was around called the Illuminati, they were still, they were more like the current modern day. They were the modern day version of that, the version of that group at the time. Charles Taze Russell's buried in a giant fucking pyramid with an all-seeing eye on top of it. So there's no secret that these people go back to that, which is exactly my point on why this story is bullshit. About them destructing stuff because it's what God would want or it's the word of God. Bullshit. These motherfuckers have just as much of a vested interest in destroying ancient monuments and civilizations and evidence of this stuff as any of these other religious groups that really are all one and the same. But it's a worldwide global conspiracy to eliminate the real evidence of our true history. And what a better way to do it than having people who claim to be religious nut jobs, because then people don't look any further, do they? If you just tell someone, well, who did this? Who destroyed these sites? Oh, some religious nut jobs. People just go, oh, well, typical. Should have fucking known. And then that's it. They're done with it. They move on to whatever the next subject is. That's exactly what they want. Just like the, supposed Al-Qaeda or ISIS or Islamic State or whatever they're called this month, destroying specifically. I love how these guys specifically know to destroy ancient sites over there in the Middle East that specifically were like Anunnaki cities. Yeah, we're all supposed to believe that's just a big coincidence. Not a coincidence. And again, it's easy for people to just say, oh, well, yeah, what do you expect? Those goddamn Muslims, extremists, not knowing that this is all a part of a controlled and organized effort to eliminate the history of our ancient past, just like the Smithsonian has done. That's what it's all about. So they can go sell this crap. Oh, well, it's just those crazy whack nuts religious people. And then that's all, people just look the other way. And you're going to continue to see this happen. And it's going to continue to get worse and worse. And I'm telling you, folks, that's why they want to tear down the United States. That's why they want to split the United States up into multiple pieces. That's why they want to do away with the United States government as it is and bring in a new form of government. That's why they're creating civil unrest, creating unrest with all this bullshit racism and divide and conquer horse shit in the media. It's the reason why they're giving us the choice between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, because people are going to lose their shit and some shit's going to go down either way, no matter who wins or loses. It's exactly what they want, because they want to break apart the United States and make it where other countries can come in. I mean, all our national parks are not even owned by the people anymore. A lot of them have been sold off to other. I mean, there's like, can you imagine that some of our national parks are actually owned by other countries? Why would that be? Well, you'll see more of that in Lost Secrets 3. I get into more of that, but it's because they have to do with these ancient civilizations that were all over the globe. And so all these other countries actually have part ownership in these. That's why a lot of countries have been given ownership and access over a lot of our national parks and monuments in this country. But they want to be able to do like they've done over in the Middle East, folks. They want to, everything that you see them do in Iraq and Afghanistan, they want to come and do here. And I've been telling you this for years, and still nobody fucking believes me. They want you to think it's about this issue or that issue. No. They want to do what they've done in the Middle East and the United States. They want to be able to commit genocide, wipe out the population, control the lands, and take over these ancient sites and keep whatever they want to keep and destroy the rest. That's really what it boils down to. And our country is the last country on earth besides China. You know, I've always wondered, I think, I've never been able to find anything because information is just so scant. But I think, in my opinion, I think that there's some shit in North Korea. I have no evidence to back that up other than looking at all the other countries that are considered, you know, massive totalitarian dictatorships like China. Look at what they've done to ancient sites. They've got massive pyramid mounds in China. They've built forests and planted forests on to cover up. They've got stuff in there they don't want anybody to see, even their own people. And, of course, the reason that is when people start to figure out that all of these sites across the entire world were all a byproduct of the same people. The narratives of, you know, only Chinese people can control China, all that stuff gets broken down when you realize that in the past, none of these lands were populated by people who considered only themselves to be the inhabitants of that land. People, you know, the Chinese people want to believe that only Chinese have ever lived in that area of the world, and it's just not true. Look at the you know, the Caucasian shaman tombs they found in China that they found and excavated, and I think North Korea. I think there's some shit in North Korea. I think there is obviously some ancient sites, some ancient stuff there, and that's why it's been they've created almost this cartoony type of image around North Korea and why it is such the totalitarian dictatorship it is. But I say second only to those countries. The United States, man, we're it. There is more untouched ancient evidence here in this country that could blow the lid off of the controlled narrative of our ancient history and our past that the rulers want to keep us enslaved with. There is enough of it here to justify it not getting out, and that's exactly why they don't want my work to get out there, and it's exactly why they absolutely do not want me to have my own rock wall dig, which of course we're still trying to do, but it just costs, you know, costs so much money, man. We gotta have at least, you know, a minimum like $10,000 to be even think about doing it. So until we can raise that, it's going to be difficult. Let's see what else we have here. Man, there's so much. I've had so much crap piling up for so long. In my film, Lost Secrets of Ancient America, Volume 1, I talk about the Hawaii, I think it's how you say it, Hawaii, the Hawaii Corporation. They, I talk about them being the biggest user of rare earth metals. They moved their headquarters a couple of years ago here in my backyard in Dallas, the Dallas area, actually in Plano. And I talk in Lost Secrets 1 about them, you know, snapping up the rare earths and all that. So you might remember that in the film. If not, again, go to my download shop and get yourself a copy of that, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And also check out our other new audiobooks we've got in there. We've got There Were Giants Upon the Earth, Zechariah Sitchin. We've got my reading of that is now available in the download shop. My reading of Gods of Eden by William Bramley, which also includes the interview I did with him, is in there for sale now. So go and check out the download shop as well. Hawaii prepares for robot overlords and communication with the dead. Wow. So that's what they've been doing with all those rare earth metals they've been snapping up on. They've been doing, to think they've been cooking this up right here on the 33rd degree parallel in my backyard, essentially in Dallas, Texas. So that's what they've been doing with all that stuff. They're preparing for robot overlords and communication with the dead. Right, but when I put that company in the film, Lost Secrets 1 back in 2013, people said to me, "Oh, why are you worried about them? They're just a cell phone company." I said, "No, they're more than just a cell phone company, bub. That's what they want you to believe." Look who was right yet again. Get tired of being right all the time. Chinese technology giant Huawei is preparing for a world where people live forever, dead relatives linger on in computers, and robots try to kill humans. Huawei is best known as one of the world's largest producers of broadband network equipment and smartphones, but Kevin Ho, president of its handset product line, told the CES Asia conference in Shanghai that the company used science fiction movies like The Matrix to envision future trends and new business ideas. He described a future where children could use apps like WeChat to interact with dead grandparents, thanks to the ability to download human consciousness into computers. All these technologies would require huge amounts of data storage, which in turn could generate business for Huawei, he added. Ho also referred to a scene in The Matrix where a character downloads the ability to fly a helicopter. That kind of data download volume exceeds current levels, he said. In the future, storage will need to exceed 15,000 zettabytes, so this is a huge increase. Again, transhumanism and the singularity and all this stuff, it's coming sooner than later. It's not a far-off science fiction dream anymore. And it's crazy because when I mean, you can go and, again, mentioning the download shop, we've got a transhumanism collection in there that was put together by one of our listeners, and it's compiled from all these different shows and stuff that I did on that. When I was talking to the subject, there were very few people talking about it. It was still kind of considered a way off, far off in the future thing. And now, I mean, as I'm saying here, there's news stories every day about it. From TechCrunch.com, space exploration will spur transhumanism and mitigate existential risk. When people think about rocket ships and space exploration, they often imagine traveling across the Milky Way, landing on mysterious planets, and even meeting alien life forms. In reality, humans' drive to get off planet Earth has led to tremendous technological advances in our mundane lives. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read all this. It's a bunch of crap. Anyway. So they're basically saying that we need to explore deep space because this will spur transhumanism. Because that's what they want. The elite want to merge with machines and become even further overlords over us. Luxembourg to invest $227 million in asteroid mining. Yeah, now they're talking about wanting to bring Earth-destroying asteroids closer to Earth so we can mine them. And, of course, many years ago, 10 years ago, they passed treaties saying that any mineral collection done in space can't be taxed when it's brought back to Earth. These people don't want to use clean energy sources. They just want to keep going out there and getting, replenishing their supplies. They want to keep their oligarchy going even beyond Earth. See what else we got here. Will humans be cloned in space? NASA wants to grow body parts on Mars. NASA has revealed its aim to grow human tissue in space to help further the aid of deep space explorations. And this, of course, fuels the further theories that people have made that the elite are building a escape colony on Mars. People have been saying that for years, that the elite are going to escape to Mars, leave us all down here to die. I don't know. It's possible, but how much proof there is to prove it, I don't know, but that is interesting. You can definitely tell that they are exploring options to colonize other places other than just Earth. And of course, when you study the true history of humankind, you find out that seems to be the norm, that this wouldn't be the first time this has happened. Mark Zuckerberg, as I call him, Mark Zuckerberg says we'll be plugged into the Matrix within 50 years. I think we already are plugged in to the Matrix, Mark, and I think you've had a great fucking hand in making sure that happens, you cocksucker. $50 years. Nigga, please. Mysterious earthen mounds discovered in ancient Cambodian cities. Using airborne laser scanning equipment, archaeologists have discovered vast fields of dome-shaped earthen mounds arranged into gridded patterns in 1,000-year-old Cambodian sites. Again, this is the evidence they don't want out there, folks. It's something I was largely unaware of until I started doing my own work into this, and a lot of people are largely unaware of it. You know, when I found out there were mounds and stuff around the rock wall, that's when I said, okay, well, let's see what else has been found like this rock wall around the country. And I started going, wait a minute, there's been all kinds of stuff like this found, not only all around the country, but all around the earth. There are mounds in Moundville, Alabama, that are identical in construction and materials to mounds that have been found in Saudi Arabia. Not a coincidence. And of course, now they're finding these using, this LiDAR stuff, which that's what I want. I want to get some LiDAR scans done of Rockwall. LiDAR scans would be better than doing a dig almost, because LiDAR scans will show you everything. It'll show you the stuff you wouldn't be able to see from just having a dig, you know. The scientists are puzzled as to what these vast dome fields would have been used for around 1,000 years ago, calling them the most enigmatic features from this archaeological landscape. And, of course, these are near Angkor Wat. And Angkor Wat is, of course, got the pineal gland, pine cone, facade on the outside of it. Yeah, I mean, there's, again, further proof, like we need it anymore, but it's always good to get more, even though we don't need it, of very advanced people and civilizations all over the planet that all were really one civilization way, way back in the distant past. Earth has captured a second moon, says NASA. A mini moon has been orbiting our planet for around 100 years. Dun, dun, dun. Really? Is it a moon, or is it a spaceship, or is it a Death Star, or is it fucking Nemesis, Nibiru? It's been there for 100 years, and we're just now hearing about it? Well, this is awkward. Earth's relationship with the moon is no longer monogamous. Scientists have identified a second mini-moon orbiting our planet that has probably only been around for 100 years, reports NASA. The second moon looks to be a recently captured asteroid, and like a mistress, its subtle dance with Earth may be fleeting, only sticking around for a few centuries. Still, it's a remarkable event that proves just how dynamic our gravitational relationship is with near-Earth objects. Something doesn't smell right about this. I don't know. Again, I could speculate all day on what it is, but something's not right about this. And of course, anything that comes from the Never a Straight Answer agency, you know, has got to be suspect and questioned anyway. So, this one just doesn't pass the smell test. There's something up with this. This is, I suspect there's something far more crazy about this than just some innocent, oh, by the way, guys, yeah, we just got a second moon. Yeah, or it's been around for about 100 years. Not to worry, no big deal. Something suspect about that. It's probably a big ship or space station or something orbiting around the planet, waiting to strike. Let's see what else we got here. Russia aims to develop teleportation in 20 years. again, another thing that'll be here before then. They've already had some mild, small successes with teleportation, and it's something, again, one of those technologies they've had for 50 plus years, but have just been keeping from us. There's nothing new under the sun, folks. Anything they tell you they've just discovered, or anything they tell you they've, a new invention or something, it's not new. They've been keeping us and have been keeping humanity in a state of arrested development since 1947. Period. End of story. Bizarre long-headed woman from ancient kingdom revealed. The grave of a woman with a bizarre long-headed skull has been unearthed in Korea. Oh, well, look at that. What was I just talking about? What did I just say? What did I just fucking say? God damn. Guarantee you there's some shit in Korea. Listen to this. The woman was part of the ancient Silla culture, which I've never heard of, which ruled much of the Korean peninsula for nearly a millennium. Now, here's the key aspect of this, and this is what just kicks the fucking skeptics and the debaters in the nads. Unlike some of the deformed pointy skulls that have been found throughout the world and other ancient graves, however, it is unlikely that this woman had her head deliberately flattened. The researcher said, so this was not, because every time they find an elongated skull, they're like, oh, that was, it's just that skull deformation, and they're just doing that was just a practice they didn't know. Not in every case. And some of them they are naturally like that, and they can't explain it. And so there you go. Found in Korea. Conehead, human skeleton, elongated skull skeleton. And I think we can pretty much safely say now we know why they won't let anybody into North Korea and what they're really hiding there. All right, that's all I got. That's all I got time for. I got to get back to work here. Again, folks, we've got to reach 100% of our goal by Friday, no later than Friday evening. Go to my website, theglobalreality.com, make a contribution, get in the running for that massive prize pack, and please help us reach our goal. And, again, if we reach the whole goal and you still want to contribute, please do so. If you want to kick something extra my way as a birthday present, that would be greatly appreciated too. And we'll update you again soon. You guys have a great one. Take care.